Hello everybody, my name is Damien Kearns. It's my pleasure to serve as Principal of Nishkam High School. I've worked here since 2014 and it's been a pleasure to serve. Nishkam High School is a Sikh-based multi-faith school and we welcome students of all faiths and those of personal belief. Our approach to education is based on being faith-inspired and virtues-led. Faith-inspired so that we can learn from the wisdom of all religions, and virtues-led so that we can help to shape youngsters to be the best that they can be, so that when they leave us, they'll be equipped academically and holistically to serve humanity well. Some people think that those twin peaks are unscalable. We believe that they sit together and not apart. It's through the vehicle of being faith-inspired and virtues-led that we believe we can accomplish both goals: good people who are academically well-equipped to go on to the next phase of their journey. In these difficult times, I hope that what we're able to offer you today will give you a sense of what the school would bring for your child. I know that colleagues will talk to you about the difficulty in the decision that you have to make. And certainly as a father of three who's gone through this process repeatedly in the last few years, I can empathise with your situation. But actually, I suppose in some ways I can't, because when I made my decisions with my wife for our family, we visited the schools, we lived them and we breathed them. And that, unfortunately, at this time is not available to you. I hope what we offer might be some form of substitute for that. I'm passionate about education. I'm passionate about children. I am the head teacher of this school, but I'm a father of three. I care for my boys and what happens to them. I'm also from Birmingham, born and bred, and I care for all the children in the city and want the best for them. And of course, I'm the head teacher at Nishkam, and I care passionately about what we offer and provide for them too. We talk about excellence for all. We have the highest aspirations for everybody. But in these difficult times, I would like to say to parents watching this that trying to assess what schools have done in the last year is incredibly difficult. You'll all be aware of the situation that arose in the summer over the GCSE results and the A-level examinations. And what I would advise to you as parents is to look beyond the summer results and actually try and see a 3-year history of what a school has been able to do over time. That information is publicly available, and the website gov.uk/school performance tables will get you there. In the case of Nishkam High School, the data that you're now looking at exemplifies the following. For Progress 8 over a 4-year period, the school has recorded results of plus 0.98, plus 0.74, plus 0.99 and plus 1.22. To put that in perspective, you can compare that to the next line, which gives you the average across all schools in England for Progress 8, with 0 indicating that from the end of Year 6 to the end of Year 11, a school will not have added any progress to your child's education, but neither will it have lost any. A score that's around plus 1.0 tells you that your child will make 1 grade of progress extra in every single subject that he or she takes at Nishkam High School. And we do that across every pupil in every subject. With regard to attainment on line 3, attainment summarises the actual grades that children get in the school. And therefore you will notice that at Nishkam High School across 4 years, we're bringing home an Attainment 8 score of between 54 and 56 points. And when you compare it to line 4 on the table, it's fully 8-9 points ahead of all schools nationally in England. The point that I'd like to make is that your child will make progress whatever their starting point, and we can take them to the highest grades that are available because we do profess and believe in excellence for all. The next slide focuses specifically on progress, and the reason that I want to share that information with you is to assure you that whatever the starting point for your child, Nishkam can build upon it. And what the slide shows in some detail is that all pupils make outstanding progress, but when you divide them by their prior attainment in Year 6, they make progress wherever they come from. And our mantra is that all children can and will achieve. We have no entry examination. We are a comprehensive school. We accept everybody. You do need to follow the admissions process as you would for all schools, but once inside the school, We function as a school, but we put focus in particular places. And as I've said repeatedly during this presentation, those areas are to do with being faith-inspired and virtues-led. The final slides that I'd like to share with you are the performances in each of the subjects this summer at GCSE. It has been a strange year, but these results are not out of proportion for what the school has done over the last 4 years. And what you can see is that the percentage of pupils achieving grades 4 to 9, which for the older of you in the audience that can think in A star to C, that's the currency, is incredibly impressive in all areas. I say once more, where possible, if you can see an extended period of time of a school's performance rather than a single year, it perhaps puts you in a better place to assess whether you can see your child in that school. I say that because I'm confident that the results that we've accomplished over a 4-year period have been outstanding each and every year. There are 2 main measures that are used in order to assess that performance: progress and attainment. I like progress because it takes into account the starting point for each child. So wherever your son or daughter is from Key Stage 2, Year 6, we can build on what they've accomplished and take them beyond where they're expected to get to. And in terms of overall attainment, I'm absolutely delighted that the quality of teaching at the school means that the school is in the top 10% of all schools nationally for the last 3 years in its attainment measures. But the truth of the matter lies in our approach: faith-inspired and virtues-led. We believe that we're a family. We talk about ourselves being a family. I want to reassure you that we will operate in that way with you. But please bear the following in mind. We're humans. We don't always get everything right. If we make a mistake, we will put our hand up for it, we will apologise, and we expect the same from our children and indeed from our parents. We're a family. We don't always get on. There are differences. There are some difficulties that happen, and we work hard to try and intervene and make sure that we bring those to the right sorts of conclusions. At all times, we do that by using our shared virtues. Those virtues are alive not just in behaviour and pastoral care, but they're alive in our curriculum. Our subject disciplines are based on those virtues, but of course, we also adhere to the requirements of GCSE and A-level specifications. I hope it doesn't sound too complicated, because when you see our teachers do it, it is seamless, it is effective, and the quality first teaching approach that we have created at this school has worked wonderfully well for our students. But just because it's worked wonderfully well for our students isn't necessarily that it would work for your child, because that decision sits with you and your family. What I do hope is that this will help you to make what is a really difficult decision at a really difficult time. Thank you.
One of the main things that attracted me to this school was that it is faith-inspired and virtues-led, and we have that approach within our education also. It means that we are concerned with nurturing our pupils holistically as well as academically so that they can serve humanity well. The ethos that this comes from is seek faith-inspired, and this asks us to live a life of high moral values and to implement discipline and self-control within our lives. But this isn't just within the Sikh faith, it's also within other faiths as well, shared across the world really. So within our school, we are looking for a strong environment, a learning environment where pupils are able to take virtues and to be able to embed them into every subject discipline, and to be able to learn what that means within learning in school, within subjects, as well as being around the school. So the aim really is for our pupils to be able to be making good decisions at all times in all aspects of school life, within the classroom and out of the classroom. We want our pupils to have good behaviour, but not just in school, outside of school, so they are good citizens, and then ultimately to achieve that academic success, which will take them on to further education and the world of work.
I started here at Nishkam High School in Birmingham in 2012 when the school first opened. One of the things that attracted me to the school was the faith-inspired, virtues-led approach to education, and in particular the faith-inspired aspect of that. The school came about because our patron and his faithful living within the Sikh community had this vision for a school that would be led by faith. And it's due to that faithful living within the Sikh community that we have some of the facilities that we have here. We have our amazing spiritual space, which is the beating heart of our school building. And it's a space that's used every morning because we come together in year groups to meet together to pray. And we say prayers of all the faiths that are represented within our community. And it seems to me that that's an important part of what we do, because it's a chance for people to learn about each other's faith, to develop respect for each other's faith, and to develop a sense of tolerance, which I think is much needed in the world today. The prayer continues on throughout the day when we give thanks for all that we have, as we pray at lunchtime to give gratitude for all the good things that we have in our lives. We also have individual faith groups where we meet with the people of our own faith, which means that we can nurture and strengthen our own beliefs in our own faith. And so not only celebrate those things that are similar amongst our faiths, but we can celebrate those things that are different and help other people to celebrate and to understand what it is about our faith that makes us special. And so it's those kind of things that attracted me to working in such an establishment as this.
For us, there's no greater gift than handing your child over to a school, and we understand as parents, choosing a secondary school is one of the toughest decisions you can make. When you entrust us with your child, we endeavour to do everything we can to help mould them into the best human beings they possibly can be. Our virtues sit behind everything we do and are at the forefront of our minds, always. We have an extremely strong and experienced pastoral team, and we work together to safeguard and nurture our students. If students stray from the correct path, we guide them back again, using our virtues to lead conversations where pupils are encouraged to become self-reflective. We understand that life can be tough for young people at times, and that transition in particular can be daunting. We run a variety of programmes within school which are designed to support and promote student wellbeing. Communication is really important to us. It's the relationships we build with our families that ensure we are able to understand and support the development of your child. We will report home to you 3 times a year, but unlike other schools, 2 of these times will be about your child's holistic development, areas where they have demonstrated the use of our shared virtues and other areas that they should focus on moving forward. The final report at the end of the year will refer to your child's attitude to learning and place specific emphasis on their academic progress and attainment. We endeavour to offer a variety of opportunities to students. As a Holocaust beacon school each year, we take part in the Echo Eternal project, and our annual trips vary from gorge walking in Abu Dhabi to skiing in the Swiss Alps. We host summer and winter concerts and are proud to have been invited to many prestigious events in the city, such as Birmingham's inaugural Commonwealth Day service. In keeping with our virtues, each year we take part in the Civic Society's Next Generation Awards, which is an opportunity for our pupils to understand their responsibilities in our wider community. For me, the best thing about Nishkam is that we are a family. Through our faith-inspired, virtues-led approach to education, we emphasise the importance of compassion, contentment, humility, truth and love. Like any family, things do not always go to plan. People might make mistakes, people may not always behave as we might wish, but we retain a core belief that our shared virtues provide the best support in helping our children to understand their place in the world, and that they nurture our children both academically and holistically. As I said at the beginning, the choice you face in deciding upon the school that best suits your child is a difficult one. I hope that what I've been able to share with you might help you decide if Nishkam could be the right school for you. Thank you for listening.